Hey everybody, Alan here, the science guy from Discovery Naturals. Today talking about vaping because, as you've probably seen in the news, the Centers for Disease Control and the FDA are looking into this whole situation pretty heavily right now. And that's because they're seeing some lung problems and lung illness, lung disease, and even some deaths that they're associating with vaping products. Let's talk a little bit about vaping products. Vaping is relatively new, and the way the world works in the government and the FDA, and when new products come out that are ingested in some fashion, and in this case, inhaled, which is a way of ingesting something, it's normally supposed to be vetted before it's launched. Now, FDA never really approved vaping, so why was it allowed in the marketplace? Well, good question. Vaporizers did exist, such as the volcano vaporizer that you may have heard about, often used with marijuana to vaporize flour, bud, whatever you want to call it, nuggets, whatever your term is for actual marijuana flower. So vaporizing was used in that case, but to have personal vaporizers like you see today with pens, those kind of things, or mods, or whatever they might be, is relatively new. So ingesting something, whether it's orally ingested, inhaling, nasal, I don't know, some of you might remember nasal B12 if you're old enough to remember that. I happen to be old enough to remember that. But anyway, nasal B12 was a big thing, but they said, no, that's actually a drug delivery system going through the nasal mucosa. Something like a suppository is also going through the rectal mucosa. So going through the rectum that way is another drug delivery system. Injecting is a drug delivery system. Inhaling. Inhaling something into your lungs, which then gets into the bloodstream, that's also seen as a drug delivery system. So vaping actually is a new drug delivery system. New, maybe not so much, but in someone's hand in the way of a vaping pen, it is a new drug delivery system. The reality is that if you are ingesting something by inhaling it, whether that's nicotine or THC or CBD or take your pick, whether that's a strawberry flavored vape or a watermelon flavored vape or clove flavored vape, whatever it is an ingredient that's contained in a vaporizer that you are inhaling. It is technically a new drug delivery system that requires FDA approval. So why hasn't FDA actually gone after this? Good question. They could, at any point in time, declare this as a new drug delivery system. Makes you wonder why it is that they haven't gone after this sooner. And why have they waited? The other really good question that everyone should be asking themselves is, they published something like 450 cases of lung disease and a certain number of deaths associated with that in various states. That may seem like a lot, and any deaths are really unacceptable, right? We would all agree no one wants to die from something that they buy. So, question is, how does that relate to, I don't know, let's say deaths from taking aspirin? How many people take aspirin? Okay, how many deaths per year do you think occur through the ingestion of aspirin? Maybe you never thought about it. 15,000, look it up. How many deaths occur from cigarettes, another inhaling product that you would inhale when you smoke? How many deaths are caused by cigarettes? 300,000? More than 300,000 per year? And nobody says a word. So them going after vaping products is very interesting. And it should give anyone who is logical and has a reasonable mind pause. Why all of a sudden are they going after vaping products? You know, the news today is largely based on sensationalism and the need to draw viewers and draw attention and many other things that aren't sexy, I guess, in the view of the mainstream media, are not focused upon. Like I said, There are many products out there that kill far more people and are proven to kill people. Not may kill people like they're thinking about now from vaping products. They're not sure what's killing people as it relates to vaping products. Again, any deaths, not good. But the point I'm trying to make is you have to ask yourself the question, why are they focusing on this now? It's an interesting question. Juul. Juul is probably the most patented of vaporizing products. So Juul is gone around, and they were, I guess, giving talks at schools, which is not sure why they would be doing that, and saying that their product was safe, and then they stopped doing that. And anyway, long story short, you have to ask yourself, who's behind the push suddenly? Maybe it's just the mainstream media. Maybe it's a coincidence. I don't know. I'm simply saying that vaping products have always been something that the government could stop at any point in time. FDA could have come out and said vaporizing is a new drug delivery system, and anything in a vaporizer is a drug delivery, period. Nicotine specifically, they could have said, nicotine in a vaporizer is a way to deliver nicotine to the body. New drug delivery system. Could have stopped it. Could have put rules in place, but they didn't. So you got to ask yourself the question, why? Always ask why. Why is this being done? It's a good question. Can't answer that, but I wanted to share with you a little bit of information about vaping and why suddenly this has become a topic, and why aren't they focused on other things that kill far more people than vaping does? It's a good question. We'll see you next time.